That's it. We're recording. Guys, how you doing? This is the Bad Seed from Game Bit podcast. My name is Mayhem. My alter ego is Mayhem. Or call it whatever you want. Don't call me by your real name. Because if you say it 3 times, your pants are going to drop down. Now, guys and girls, right? Listen to this. It is just amazing, right? Europe charts course for summer travel. So, if you get your job, you get your digital passport, right? That's what they're trying to bring in. And if you have that digital passport, you can go any fucking country in the EU you want, right? Amazing, isn't it? Couldn't done that before. We couldn't have done that before because we were locked down for 25 years. We couldn't travel across the borders, you know. We had to buy visas. We have to show our passports on every corner. We had to pay for border crossing and stuff like that, just like Mexicans going from Mexico to US, or maybe now from US back to Mexico because Biden wins that shit. There's no hope for them whatsoever. Now listen to this crap. The European Union has announced plans to set up travel certificate to help restore freedom of movement within the bloc for citizens inoculated against coronavirus, right? So the deadly pandemic is around us, right? 99% people survive, right? Nothing happens. And yet we need the vaccination and the digital passport. So that's our freedom of movement in a nutshell, right? Bah. The right of freedom of movement is guaranteed by Article 21 of the Treaty of the Function of the EU. So, come on, EU citizens may enter and stay in territory of another member state for up to 3 months without being subject to any conditions or formalities other than the requirement to hold a valid identity card or passport. So, what are we going to do? Well, yes, it's the freedom of movement is not unconditional. It may be exercised under the conditions and restrictions of European Community law. But on the other side, there was no law introduced. As far as I know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. So what happens? You have a right to be employed in any other state as well. So at the moment, we're stuck in our own countries, right? Or maybe in between countries for other people. We can't go, we can't travel. Some of us lost a job, but there's a job opening in Greece, right? I applied for it. I want to go for it. Hypothetically, I'm not going anywhere. I can't because I have to get the fucking jab. So, is that discrimination, medical discrimination against us? This is ridiculous, right? But are we scrolling through a lovely Twitter because fuck Facebook. I'm going to tell you this. This is my second week of Facebook and I feel fantastic. I'm still on Twitter, which actually depresses me, right? But I'm just waiting on to be banned. I'm probably shadow banned already. But one of the broadcasters from Classic FM, right? It's from Dublin, had a talk and he says, "Are you happy with the idea of digital green certificate?" And just look at the answers. We have Chap says long overdue. Well, I said, sorry, Keith, I'll let you carry on because it's too late for you already. Just get the fucking job and shut the fuck up, right? But look at this. Maybe we'll just do the fact check on this. Whereas this is a unique situation. Remember that time when they said they're not gonna be taking any blame for any side effects because they don't know what's gonna happen in 4 years to you. So they're gonna inject something in you. I'm not anti-vaxxer. My kids are vaccinated. I'm vaccinated. I'm grand. But this is shit they're trying to bring in, right? You don't get it. Is it they doing a step by step cashless society? Well, it started already, hasn't it? We're not going to accept any money because money is dirty, right? So what you're going to do, you have to pay by card. The next step is going to be freezing your assets. So you have your ass frozen down. You can't move. You can't spend any money. You die of hunger. You have no money whatsoever, or you just go on a path of, criminal path, and that's it. You end up in jail. They'll kill you in jail. Blah 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 blah. It's a long-term situation. It could be a short-term situation. We never know what's going to happen, but the plan is working. Okay, this is my conspiracy hat on, and it's always been because it's not about conspiracy. It's about fucking asking questions, lads. Right? Are we so stupid that we're going to follow every government guidelines they're going to throw at us? Are we? It's fucking ridiculous, like. But, well, what are we going to do? Please listen to this chap, because that's what we
saw
need
the
to do.
exact same. A lot of people saw it. It was a UN document. This is common knowledge, and it basically outlined the lockdowns, and they just gave it to each country and allowed each country to tweak it for their own people, to make it more palpable for their people, and to give the impression that it wasn't an international document disseminated to all countries to make it people think that every country made up their own rules. No. The 5 levels of lockdown were in there. In a place like Ireland, they went level 1 to 5. In a place like Canada, where we like colors, now we got green to gray. It's still 5 levels of lockdown. All the 5 levels are identical. They used Australia as the model for the 5th level of lockdown, where you can't leave your house, you can't go can't literally do anything. And that's what they really want to do here. Well, I heard about the mandatory quarantine hotels, and I knew right away it's a complete violation of our rights. And the only reason they're doing it is because they want to convince you to accept the vaccine passport. I want to stress that. Everything that they're doing, closing your business, closing your gym, forcing you to wear a mask.
This is it. They want you to... This is a new normal. They want you to accept it. But this is just going to be. So if you look and you find on Facebook or Twitter with other people who are saying, this is what we have to do to survive, blah, blah, blah. There's no... That pandemic, right? Okay, somebody's going to say, we were in lockdown, we were locked in homes, so it didn't spread. But before that, when the big virus, the one that's going to kill us and, raise numbers of deaths, if that comes in, the movies are actually right. The spread is unbelievable. So that's going to kill you like this. Boom, 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 boom. You're going to hear fucking 49 booms on your side and you're going to drop dead as well. This is not. The numbers are going down. If you go through the stats of HSC and National Death Registry, they're even lower. Okay, it's maybe lower because the hypochondriacs are not going back to hospital. The people are not on the trolleys in the hospital anymore. Hospitals are just treating COVID, right? And maybe other illnesses if you're seriously ill. Come on, guys. What's going to happen next? Now, I shouldn't be doing that, maybe I'm violating the rights. I'm going to attack Chris Sauce and just listen to this.
They already have it in place in Israel, and they've already made it quite clear that if you don't get vaccinated, you're going to be relegated to small shops and grocery stores, and you're basically shunned from the rest of society. And that's what they want. They want a complete medical tyranny on you. Once you give in to medical tyranny and you do not have bodily autonomy, and they can literally forcibly inject you with whatever they want as a pretense for you to live your life, are you free? Absolutely not.
But the problem is no one fucking understands it. We're trying to tell you to wake the fuck up, right? My family calls me crazy. My mother had me tested. What's going on? We don't ask any questions. This is what happens. They're slowly going to introduce, step by step, everything. First lockdown is supposed to last 3 weeks, maybe 4. It's last 52 weeks already. They're slowly trying to doors down you. They're slowly trying to get used to the idea that this is it. The life if you had before, that you were going out, you were coming home drunk, you were partying, you were dancing on the tables, you were properly partying in around hundreds of people and thousands of people at festivals. It's not going to happen until you get your jab. Jab will make you sick. In some cases, you'll die. Right? If you're healthy, come on now. This is amazing, For first time in history, you have to get tested. Something to tell you that you're actually sick. Because you're going there, you're not sick at all. And when you go and get tested, they're going to amplify it 40 or 30 times. You shouldn't do it. That's it. In other shorts, we can talk about other stuff, but this is stuff for Gaming Pits, Saturday's podcast and Trending Tuesday's podcast. But
the most
Guy is not
invasive violation of
stupid.
our rights thus far. And that's why they waited an entire year of demoralizing you and destroying your life and making you as hopeless as possible so you will not just accept it, you will beg for it. That's what they're doing. They're doing psychological warfare on.
Exactly. And you see the comments on Facebook. Praying fucking emojis. If I see one more praying emoji, I'm actually gonna fucking throw the phone over the bridge. Right? There. And it's gonna splash and it's gonna go and I'm gonna buy the new one and I'm gonna do it all over again. Fucking ridiculous. Jesus Christ, like, you can't live your life anymore because the government tells you to. It's not governing like this. You only should be governed by consent. We're back to feudalism again. We have a king and there we're peasants. We're just working for you. Guys, you're forgetting the basics. We're free humans, right? And now we are letting 5 million people nation to be governed by 240 people, or in this case, by just a bunch of 20 something. 20 odd people are just governing you 5 million and telling them what to do. Especially the guy that stands behind the cervical checks in Ireland that caused that, I don't know, how many women? That they weren't tested properly, or the tests weren't sent out to lab and they came back differently. Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm sick of this fucking crap, lads. That's not the way it should be, Just letting them control us. That's what happens. See, that was my comment there somewhere, but I can't see it because, somebody just fucked it up. This is what happens in Israel, right? And they were the first country to vaccinate almost 100% of the population, right? They got the jab first because the contacts, you just won't let Israel die because that's a long story. In this case, there was a COVID-19 test lab, and this was going to happen. I'm actually glad that they're holding off vaccinations in Ireland for a bit, that the vaccinations are going so slow. Maybe that these 20 odd people are trying to protect us, which please fucking do. Otherwise, just admit that you're doing something wrong. Okay? Some of you will just not click out that video whatsoever. Some of you will listen, will just start asking questions. What's going on? Why are the medical testing kits were on the rise in 2017 and 2018, which were called COVID-19 test kits, and they were sold between the countries in 2017 already. They changed the name after, but that's a long story as well. We were expecting me to crack a joke, but I can't do it. I absolutely can't do it. It's just fucking ridiculous what's going on. Right? Mayhem Shorts. Bye.